Good morning, everybody who is out there. I thought I would use this peaceful time when there's no one around and a client's cancelled to make a ginormous mug of coffee and bore the tears of electronic strangers. So I thought I would talk to you about my plastic-free experience, and as a whole, really good. So I would suggest, before I get into it, and I'm not going to get into it for long because I'm going to keep this brief. I don't have loads to say about it, but what I do say is mostly positive about it. First thing I'll say is check out Little Vegan's YouTube playlist. So I'm only going to talk briefly. She's done a bang up job of doing loads of different videos on loads of different subjects. So she gets to the real nitty gritty. Want deodorant? Boom, go here. Want vegetables? Boom, go here. I'll just do a kind of general thing. But if you really want to, decrease your plastic down to zero or next to nothing, check out her playlist. What's the next thing I'll say is, this was a really positive experience. So many times, if we try something that we think is going to restrict ourselves, if you actually get your teeth into it properly, it opens up new doors, and you find a load of stuff that you hadn't even thought of before. That's definitely been my experience here. So in my head, I'll be honest, the thought of plastic free scared the bejeebs out of me. Somebody mentioned it as a young girl, actually. She's only 19 years old, and I am twice her age, and she's like morally put me to shame because it's not plastic free, wasn't even on my radar. Anyway, so she was talking about it, and just the thought of it, I thought, blimey, you're going to give up on almond milks, going to give up on ice creams, so many things, like a ridiculous amount of things. When you really think about it, you're like, I found damn near everything, bar, some fruits and veggies. So that was daunting, but what I found is actually it's been really good. It's definitely kept me healthier. Like, if you go plastic free, a lot of junk food just instantly can't have it. It's got plastic. So unless you then eat the dirt, if you actually then just turn to whole foods, you'll end up being healthier for it. New things that are on my radar. So it's encouraged me to try a bunch of new veggies. So let's start with vegetables. Vegetables, you can still get a load from supermarkets, but when you go there and you've got this new plastic-free head, you're like, crikey, 80% odd, often more, is no longer available to me. A lot of the time you can get potatoes, a lot of the time you can get bananas, and you still get bits and pieces. You can still make up meals, but if that was your only source, yes, you would feel like, right, I had this much and now I have this much. So you would feel like you've restricted, which isn't always the end of the world. Like, often too much choice actually makes us more miserable in the first place. So it's really not a disaster, and it depends how seriously you want to take it. But yeah, supermarkets, the choice is now a lot less. This is the reason, as well as watching this video, if you're thinking about going zero waste, watch a bunch of other people, because I think I'm really lucky in my situation. I think geographically, I think I've got it very lucky. So you might not find you've got it as cushy as I have. So I have this wonderful local market on a Wednesday and a Saturday, and honestly, so after I did the Tesco's and Sainsbury's and stuff first, and I was like, oh. And then I went to this market and I was like, whoa, all of a sudden, huge plethora of different veggies. And it also feels right, doesn't it? It's like the opposite of giant conglomerate company. They're really nice people down my market, so I feel good that I'm like giving them my cash. That feels good, and that really opened the doors to any fruits and veggies I could want. So fresh fruits and veggies. If you've got a local market, boom. If you haven't, okay, you've got to check out other people's videos. This is my experience. I was lucky. Market, brilliant. Frozen fruits. So I used to get quite a lot of frozen fruit, particularly frozen berries, because they are so much cheaper than fresh berries. And so now that's now a convenience thing that has gone. However, you can still have frozen fruits and veggies, and you can even have them conveniently. So if you wanted frozen pineapple, for instance, you can buy tinned pineapple. You can drain it. Sorry, we're talking about plastic free, aren't we? I've opted for no material where possible, but if tin can be recycled, boom, that's a winner, right? So you can get tinned pineapple, drain the juice out, stick it in a Tupperware, freeze it. That's actually still really convenient. I mean, sometimes the problem is this convenience word, right? We have been given these conveniences that they're not sustainable, Everyone trying to work on these new coffee cups that will be recyclable. No, man, we're just not supposed to walk down the street with a disposable coffee cup or a spork every time we want a picnic. So we need to change that mentality, and it takes such a little amount of time. Like, I do not feel begrudged if I drain a tin of pineapple and stick it in the freezer. It's fucking fine. So fruits and veggies, local market if you can. This is where I'm spoiled rotten. So I work in Hertfordshire, and there is a bamboo turtle shop, Zero Waste Place, and it's just fantastic. So that down there has everything. Beans, pulses, deodorants, shaving, all loads of the little fiddly bits, bathroom utensils that were like, oh, it's plastic, so you can get your bathroom utensils there. So man, if you can have one of those, wicked. If not, I still think it's totally achievable. I did do a bit of Googling, with the hypothetical that I didn't have this shop on my doorstep. And you can still get everything, and a lot of it you only need to get it once, so it's not really a big deal. Like little fiddly stuff, like ear cleaning things, those little plastic joblets are a nightmare. You can get these wooden ones, you use them, you boil them, boom. So you buy that once, you're set for life. So actually, it turns out that was an inconvenience that's turned into a convenience, right? Like you never need to buy that stuff again. So it really is a positive experience overall. Monetarily, that's what I should talk about, right? Some bits can be more expensive, but actually now I found it a proper good experience. So one time I bought a bunch of stuff and I was like, oh damn, I wasn't ready for the price. And that's because I'm a boy and I didn't really think about bathroom stuff much, but even as a boy, I like to wash, once a month or so. And I bought some body wash and I filled it up to the top to just pay for the liquid. So I took my plastic thing in, bought it, I was like, damn, £6. And in my head, that's because I know I could probably buy some piece of turd body wash for £1 at Tesco's. But it's a silly mentality because A, I'm sure I was buying garbage before and now I'm buying a good thing. B, it makes you appreciate what you've got. So I know I've put body washes in the bathroom before, and probably kids have just used them as bath gel or whatever. Now I'm like don't you touch my soap, you son of a. And so I got a bar of soap and I got a body wash, and I think they're going to last me 5 years. I'm like, yeah, now I'm clean, good. So you can do the same. So it makes you appreciate what you've got more, and you can make the stuff last ages. No, you don't need to spend a fortune because, say chia seeds or whatever. Say you go buy a big batch of chia seeds. Yeah, that'll cost a bit, but that's going to last you donkeys. And if you're having chia seeds for their nutritional goodies, you only need a freaking spoon every other day if you wanted. So that will last you donkeys. And you can fill up on your rices and your lentils, which are cheap as chips. So does it need to cost more? Hell no, not if you're organised. And the more organised you are, the less journeys you do. So I can walk to the market, and if I'm loading up with rucksacks and stuff, I haven't spent any petrol. I've got to walk. It's good and healthy. And I'm not doing it. I'm not going to the shops 5 times a day. That irks me. I personally, I'll tell you, I resent going down to the shop for one item because it just feels like I'm sure this could have been avoided. This feels silly. So if you're organised, does it cost you more? Absolutely not. And when you do spend a bit of cash, you appreciate it and you think, I'm going to make this bad boy last. Or now this goes into the treat section, whereas it might have been a bit more of a regular thing. Now it's a treat. Again, my market is amazing. They've got these big old juicy mature dates. So will it feel limiting at first? Yes, probably. But you explore and no, then it's absolutely bang tidy. I don't suppose for a second I've gone zero plastic. I will probably come across more bits and pieces. Like I was thinking, protein powder. I looked into that slightly. Not that I only want one, and I probably just have a little bit here and there. But can you still get it? I don't know. Greens powders, can you still get them? You probably still can get these things, but they might be a little bit dearer. But that's when it's like, well, how much is this idea of going plastic free? What's it worth to you? That's all. Any questions or anything, please hit me up, and please give it a go because it's very, very satisfying. Peace.